The moment I realized it was possible for me to get sober from Fetty. The year was 2018, and I was homeless and addicted since mid-2014. I had never met a single person who I was on the streets with who had ever gotten sober. The excuse I had in my mind was that I'm too far gone, it's impossible. So I basically just accepted it. I said, I'm gonna die out here, it doesn't matter. Then it was probably May of 2018, and a kid I was homeless with named Caveman ended up going into rehab. I remember he told me, I'm going to rehab tomorrow. And I said to him, yeah, right. No, you're not. And I remember 2 days later, I ran into him at the trap and I said, what happened to going to treatment? He said, I swear to God, I'm going. I'm waiting for this lady to call me back and then she's going to take me to detox and then take me to treatment after. And just because I've seen many times people procrastinate and say that they're going and then they never end up going. So I didn't have a lot of faith in him. And on top of that, I didn't think it was possible for either of us to get clean. Well, sure enough, he disappeared. I didn't see him for probably 5 months. And then, all of a sudden, one random day, I was sitting at the train station because I didn't have money to get on the train. I was probably nodded out at the time, and I remember hearing my name. And I look up, and it's him. But I didn't recognize him. He had teeth, he had a nice haircut, he had a bike, he looked great, and he had some extra weight on him. He looked fantastic. And he's like, it's me, Caveman. What's up, man? And I swear to God, I could not believe my eyes. I remember at that very moment when I realized it was him, I had the biggest sense of hope run through my heart. Because I said to myself, if he can do it, I can do it. And so from that point on, every time I went to sleep at night, I would envision myself and how my life would look when I was sober. And several months later, I ended up going to treatment for the first time since becoming homeless and addicted. And although I only got 4 months and I relapsed, that's what opened up the door and showed me that it was possible for me to get sober. And despite not getting it that try, I ended up going back to treatment in January of 2020. And 6 years later, I'm still sober. So follow me for more stories about being homeless and addicted for 5.5 years and how I was able to get sober 6 years ago.